It was Embury who ended Lloyd's innings near the close. He'd made 64, but the day belonged to the England spinner. Tony Francis, ITN Sport, Trinidad.
And at close of play, the West Indies...
But owing to the West Indies score of 426, England reached lunch without loss, but were soon in trouble afterwards. David Cass reports on today's play.
Nobody was expecting the excitement which was to follow Botham's first loose ball. 4 for Roberts that time, but better was to follow as Botham came in for the second ball of the over. The local fans call this kind of hitting calypso cricket, and the ball was quickly back with Botham for more punishment. Then the slower ball from Botham. The crowd loved it. Roberts got 50 and West Indies had 426 for 9 when they declared. The task of getting England out looked difficult as Boycott settled in with 30 in quick time. Then Colin CROFT came on and things began to happen. Graham Gooch dropped and he never looked happy after that. Just after lunch, CROFT let one fly at Boycott. It had the desired effect with the very next ball. Caught by Richards, England were 45 for 1. Then Garner attacked his county captain Brian Rose. Caught Haynes for 10 runs, England 63 for 2. Gooch fell soon afterwards, just after the 100 had come up for a fidgety 45. England won't be happy with today's play and would certainly have preferred the extra cricket yesterday while still flushed with Saturday's success.
And the latest score is England 151 for 7.
126 for 9. At the close, England were 159 for 7. Captain Ian Botham, who had said failure meant heads would have to roll, was himself out for a duck. Gower came out well on 47 not out, as Tony Francis, our sports correspondent, reports.
To stop the West Indies reaching 400, that was the first task of the day, and Botham was doing well until Andy Roberts got hold of him. That 6 was off the second ball of the over. Here comes the 4th ball. Another 6, thank you very much. And the 5th ball got exactly what it deserved. 25 off the over, and the West Indies could happily declare. The responsibility on Jeff Boycott was frightening, but he seemed to accept it calmly and with great style. If only he could stay there and blunt the West Indies' most intimidating weapon, Colin CROFT. Alas, he couldn't, and that most untypical dismissal sent a cold shiver through the England camp. The middle order was exposed and it didn't look good. Brian Rose had been chosen as a grafter. Not much sign of it here, and England 63 for 2. That was Garner's wicket, but this man CROFT haunted them all. That is, with the exception of David Gower. Graham Gooch had somehow survived to make 41, but it had been a nightmare. Roberts spared him any further suffering. It was well and truly time to grit your teeth and think of England. But the domino factor was in play. Miller out for 3. Next, the England captain, LBW CROFT, naught, and furious about it. Then Joel Garner had Willie out the same way for 13, England 143 for 5. Botham had threatened heads would roll, but whose? It certainly won't be this man's. David Gower, in the most trying circumstances, hardly put a foot wrong. It was England's only consolation today. Tony Francis.
248 runs behind the West Indies.